Hello, welcome to the weekly highlights program on Azərbaycan Television with the major developments of the week. I'm your host, Ilham Məmmədov. Now first, let's take a brief look at some of the top stories of this week. A one-on-one meeting was held between President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, and President of the European Council, Charles Michel. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, received members of the Azerbaijani national team participating in the European Wrestling Championships, which was held in Hungary. A one-on-one meeting was held between President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, and President of the European Council, Charles Michel. President of the European Council, Charles Michel, welcomed President Ilham Aliyev. Then they posed for photos. During the meeting, the head of state praised the contribution of President of the Council of the European Union, Charles Michel, to the normalization of relations between Armenia and Azerbaijan during the post-conflict period and stressed the importance of the Brussels peace agenda set at a trilateral meeting in December last year. President Ilham Aliyev expressed hope that today's trilateral meeting, with the participation of Armenia as a continuation of the Brussels peace agenda, will be fruitful. President of the Council of the European Union, Charles Michel, stressed the importance of the dialogue between Armenia and Azerbaijan in this context. He praised Azerbaijan's role in Europe's energy security. Issues on the bilateral agenda between the European Union and Azerbaijan were discussed at the meeting, and it was noted that cooperation was developing dynamically in various directions. During the meeting, the sides exchanged views on other issues of mutual interest, including regional security. A meeting of President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, with President of the European Council, Charles Michel, and Prime Minister of the Republic of Armenia, Nikol Pashinyan, in the format of a walk-in dinner, was held in Brussels. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, received a delegation led by Secretary General of the Council of Europe, Maria Pichinovich-Buric.
President Ilham Aliyev said he was pleased to see Maria Pichinovich-Buric in Azerbaijan as Secretary General of the Council of Europe and recalled her visit to Azerbaijan in April 2019 as Croatian Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign and European Affairs, as well as the meetings held during the visit. The head of state also recalled this time as head of the Azerbaijani delegation to PACE. President Ilham Aliyev stressed the importance of developing Azerbaijan's cooperation with the Council of Europe on the basis of constructive dialogue, noting that consistent steps have been taken to modernize the country's legal framework within its membership of the Council of Europe. Expressing her satisfaction with the visit to Azerbaijan, Maria Pichinovich-Buric said that Azerbaijan's membership in the Council of Europe was highly appreciated and that the country had joined many conventions and relevant documents of the Council of Europe within the membership process, and work is still underway in this regard. During the meeting, it was noted with satisfaction that the action program between Azerbaijan and the Council of Europe, covering 2022-2025, would be adopted. The sides noted that this program envisaged cooperation in a number of areas. President Ilham Aliyev brought the Secretary General of the Council of Europe up to date with the new situation in the region, Azerbaijan's proposals for normalization of relations with Armenia, as well as the current situation in the liberated territories. The President noted that 3,890 Azerbaijanis had been missing since the first Armenia-Azerbaijan war and stressed the importance of Armenia's providing information on the location of Azerbaijani mass graves. The President added that Azerbaijan was suffering a lot from the problem of mines in the liberated territories, saying that more than 200 people had been killed or injured by landmines since November 10, 2020 statement. President Ilham Aliyev said that during the 44-day patriotic war, Azerbaijan had rigorously adhered to the basic principles of international humanitarian law. However, the head of state said that Armenia had committed many war crimes during the war, adding that Armenia had fired rockets at Azerbaijani cities during the military operations, killing more than 100 civilians, including children and women. President Ilham Aliyev noted that the Council of Europe could also play the role of a platform that could contribute to the process of building confidence between the two countries and the establishment of an integrated South Caucasus region. The Secretary-General of the Council of Europe praised Azerbaijan's political resolve in this area. Maria Pechinovic-Buric noted that the Council of Europe was ready to play the role of a platform in the process of normalization of relations between Armenia and Azerbaijan and building trust between the societies of the two countries. The sides also exchanged views on other issues of mutual interest.
President Ilham Aliyev received Director General of International Commission on Missing Persons, Catherine Bomberger.
The head of state noted that 3,890 Azerbaijanis had been missing since the first Armenia-Azerbaijan war, many of whom had been tortured, killed and buried in mass graves by Armenia. President Ilham Aliyev said that although Azerbaijan had repeatedly appealed to Armenia over this humanitarian issue, Armenia had failed to demonstrate constructive cooperation and goodwill. The head of state noted that such mass graves had recently been identified in the Idili village of Khojavend and that the remains of those buried there had been discovered during excavation and submitted to DNA analysis laboratories. President Ilham Aliyev stressed that the issue of missing persons was always on the agenda of the state and was also being discussed with the European Union and other international institutions. Noting that Azerbaijan had expanded its technological capabilities in this field, the head of state noted that new modular laboratories had been set up in the country, special drones and other equipment had been purchased, and the professional skills of the specialists involved had been enhanced. The President hailed the importance of the experience and capabilities of the International Commission on Missing Persons for Azerbaijan, noting that the Commission had been successfully operating in various countries around the world. Catherine Bomberger expressed her readiness to work closely with Azerbaijan to determine the fate of missing persons. She noted that the organization had operated on a large scale in various countries around the world, including the Western Balkans, and had played a role in informing the families of thousands of missing people and determining their fate. Underlining the importance of collecting DNA samples and identifying people through laboratory tests, Catherine Bomberger said that she was ready to contribute to the creation of a database of missing persons in Azerbaijan, joint excavations in mass graves, and professional development of local specialists. She added that determining the fate of missing persons was important in terms of building trust and ensuring lasting peace. The Director General of International Commission on Missing Persons said that a number of meetings would be held as part of the visit, and a letter of intent on cooperation with the State Commission of the Republic of Azerbaijan on prisoners of war, hostages and missing persons would be signed and put into practice.
President of the Republic of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev received co-chair of Israel-Azerbaijan Joint Intergovernmental Commission, Minister of Tourism of Israel Yoel Razvozov.
Noting the successful development of relations between the two countries, the President underlined the importance of the Azerbaijani trade mission in Israel and the opening of a tourism center. President Ilham Aliyev noted that the reciprocal visits had also contributed to the development of bilateral relations. Pointing to the economic relations, the head of state emphasized the importance of cooperation in the energy sector, noting that Azerbaijan was one of Israel's most important oil suppliers. President Ilham Aliyev said that Azerbaijan had already invested extensively in renewable energy, adding that Israeli companies were also interested in this field. The President hailed the good potential for cooperation in this area. Noting the experience of Israeli companies in the field of high technologies, the head of state said that there were good opportunities for cooperation in this area. President Ilham Aliyev praised the involvement of Israeli companies in the restoration and reconstruction work underway in the liberated territories. The head of state also pointed out the many years of successful cooperation between the two countries in the military technical sphere. President Ilham Aliyev highlighted the role of diasporas in the development of bilateral relations both in Azerbaijan and Israel, emphasizing that representatives of the two peoples had lived in friendship for centuries. The President also noted that Azerbaijan appreciates the participation and courage of members of the Jewish community in the First and Second Armenia-Azerbaijan wars. Co-chair of Israel-Azerbaijan Joint Intergovernmental Commission, Minister of Tourism of Israel, Yoel Razvozov, first congratulated the President on the beginning of Ramadan. Pointing to the beauty of Azerbaijan, the minister expressed his satisfaction that for many years there have been ties of friendship and mutual understanding between the two peoples. He said Israel appreciates the peace and tranquility of the Jewish community in Azerbaijan, describing it as an exemplary country in this regard. Israel has always supported the territorial integrity of Azerbaijan. We welcome the restoration of the territorial integrity of your country. This is very important. The minister said and expressed hope that talks between Armenia and Azerbaijan would be successful and contribute to strengthening of stability in the region. Yoel Razvozov expressed the Israeli company's keenness to get involved in various fields in the liberated territories of Azerbaijan, including in agriculture, smart cities, energy, water supply, etc. Describing Azerbaijan as a very attractive country for doing business, the Israeli tourism minister said that the existence of safe and secure conditions for business in the country was beneficial for Israeli companies. Yoel Razvozov emphasized that this year marks the 30th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Azerbaijan and Israel.
President Ilham Aliyev received members of the Azerbaijani national team participating in the European Wrestling Championships, which was held in Hungary.
Noting that at the European Championship held in Budapest a few days ago, our wrestlers once again made our people happy and returned home with a great victory, winning 16 medals, our freestyle wrestling and Greco-Roman wrestling team finished first in Europe. President Ilham Aliyev said that this is a great victory and a tremendous achievement. It shows that our wrestling traditions live on and a strong young generation is growing up in the country. It is a great honor and a great responsibility to represent the people who have won a great historic victory in a matter of 44 days, stated President Ilham Aliyev, stressing that the development of sports and sporting achievements not only promote our country in the world and show our strengths, but also strengthen the sense of patriotism in society. The head of our state conveyed that every citizen of Azerbaijan contributes to the strengthening of our country through his work. That is why Azerbaijan is recognized as a rapidly developing country in the world and one of a handful of countries that is in charge of its own destiny, pursues its own policy, and gets the upper hand both in the battlefield and in the political arena. Highlighting the popularity of wrestling in Azerbaijan, President Ilham Aliyev underlines that coaches and representatives of the Sports Federation, the Ministry of Youth and Sports, should, of course, pay special attention to wrestling and expressed confidence that we will be in the forefront in future competitions too. Emphasizing that there is little time left before the Olympic Games, the head of state said that sportsmen need to start preparing, expressed confidence that Azerbaijan can be very successful in the next Olympic Games. Noting how he was also following the championship in Budapest and saw that in the most difficult moments, when the opponent was behaving inappropriately and in an unsportsmanlike manner, our athletes were able to put the opponent in their place within the rules. President Ilham Aliyev emphasized that while watching that, he recalled the events of the Second Karabakh War, when the contemptible enemy was being defeated on the battlefield, was fleeting and committing the ugliest deeds. Talking about how our peaceful cities were fired upon with ballistic missiles at night, killing more than 100 civilians, President Ilham Aliyev reminded his words that we would never repeat the actions of the Armenians. We will retaliate the enemy on the battlefield. We will respond in a manner they will remember forever, and added that he saw the same character at the European Championship, the character of the Azerbaijani people. The main thing is that we must defeat the enemy, a sports opponent, within the rules, following the principle of dignity, said the president, and expressed that the future of the Azerbaijani people will continue to be very bright in any sport. President Ilham Aliyev recalled our famous coach Gurban Gurbanov, how he acted with great dignity and said in a situation that could be qualified as a goal that we do not need that, we do not need fake achievements, we do not need undeserved success. Whatever we have earned it through hard work. We have also resolved the Karabakh issue with our own hard work, strength and intelligence, said the head of state, and stressed that in sports competitions the concept of fair play should not be forgotten, and Azerbaijani athletes must always follow these principles, because it is more important than victory. But dignity is even more important than victory, and we fought in the war with dignity. You have won this well-deserved victory due to your talent and hard work, and at the same time you have once again shown the greatness of our people, said the head of state, and congratulated everyone with their victory, and noted that we, all the people of Azerbaijan, expect new victories from them. The head coach of the Azerbaijani national freestyle wrestling team, Namik Abdullayev, said that our national wrestling team have successfully represented our country in 2 European championships over the past months, achieved great results, and named the number of won medals. He stressed that our freestyle and Greco-Roman wrestling teams simultaneously became European champions in the team event, which is a new record in our wrestling history. Noting that prestigious competitions await Azerbaijani athletes this year, the head coach assured that they will make every effort to successfully represent our country at the Islamic Solidarity Games, the World Championship and the World Cup. Three-time world champion in freestyle wrestling and two-time Olympic medalist Haji Aliyev thanked the head of state for the attention and concern for sports, stressed that our athletes will always strive for high results. Speaking about one of his main goals, participation in the Olympic Games in Paris and winning a gold medal, Haji Aliyev said that he has 2 Olympic medals, silver and bronze, and it's time to win the gold. I would like to think you have already won an Olympic gold medal, President Ilham Aliyev said, noting that Haji Aliyev is a 3-time world champion and World Championship is a competition of the same level as the Olympic Games and does not lag behind them in terms of representation and competition. Stressing that we expect victory from every athlete, the head of state said that the main thing is that Haji Aliyev will participate in the Olympics, and it is very good that he remained in sports. He is an example for young athletes, because being a 3-time world champion is a truly historic achievement. 2-time European champion and world champion in Greco-Roman wrestling, Eldeniz Azizli said that our Greco-Roman wrestling team became the European champion for the first time. Noting that the Greco-Roman Wrestling World Cup will be held in Baku on November 5th to 6th, Eldeniz Azizli stressed that Azerbaijani athletes won for the first time as a World Championship held in Tehran in 2015, after which 7 years have passed, said that our athletes will do anything possible to repeat the brilliant victory after 7 years so that the cup remains in Baku. President Ilham Aliyev expressed confidence that the Eldeniz Azizli will continue to make us happy. The head coach of the Azerbaijani Greco-Roman wrestling team, Alexander Tarakanov, thanked the head of state for the high award, the Taragi medal. "You are doing everything necessary for sports, for young people, so that we can work, try to win and glorify our country," said the head coach. President Ilham Aliyev thanked for the kind words.
Новых побед, новых успехов. Sağ olun.
That was all for the week. Thank you for watching us and stay tuned not to miss the next edition of our program.